What's going on, people? Ben here from Bateman Talks Tottenham, back with another video of my dad Paul.
Hello.
Where today we'll be talking about the latest dealings at Tottenham Hotspur, where Ndombele's contract is going to be terminated.
Finally.
A player that had some great moments in a Spurs shirt and on his day looked like he could be one of the most talented players we've ever seen, but just didn't have the attitude for the top level of football, did he?
Yeah, we're all different, and he just didn't have that, as you say, the attitude and the hunger for it. Just seemed to be lazy.
Yeah, it's such a shame because he's one of the most talented players I think I've ever seen in my lifetime, and some of the things he could do with a football was amazing to see. Some of the players have said that as well. In training, he's the best player because of the tricks and flicks he can pull off, but that doesn't translate into a game if you can't have the work rate.
Yeah, and he always seems slow.
Yeah. You think back to some of the moments he had that very nice sort of not a scorpion kick, but an acrobatic shot against Sheffield United. He had some great moments, but also some very bad ones. In the Morecambe FA Cup game, he just walked off the pitch incredibly slowly when we were trailing. That made the stadium boo him, which you can't really blame him for. Yep. I remember that very well. He walked one side of the pitch all the way to the other to come off instead of going on the far end side. It went off at a snail's pace, which rightly so was, well, unacceptable really when we were trading in the game. That's not something you see from a player that really cares about the shirt, is it? So, and it just shows, I mean, he's our record transfer fee for a player. So it just shows that, well, that maybe wasn't the best one.
No, we need to get him off the wage bill too. Yeah,
and hopefully our next record transfer fee for a player will be a bit more of a success. Well, another player that we signed in that window, Giovanni Celso, Fabrizio Romano, has reported that him and Spurs still plan to part ways this summer. Which is a shame really, isn't it? Because I think he's deserved more opportunities at Spurs in the last season. Yeah. I think Lo Celso is still a good player and had a lot to show for us, so I think this one's a little bit of a shame, but for his sake you can't really blame him.
No, absolutely. And Sessegnon?
Yeah, we spoke about that the other day. Sessegnon, another player in that window, obviously he's left the club as well, so that window really is a bit of a disaster looking back on it, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah, you get a lot of money in, you think, oh, we're great, we'll spend it.
Yeah.
Just didn't work out.
Yeah, another player who looks to be on his way out at Spurs is Jed Spence. A player that's not really had a run of games in the Spurs shirt, has he?
Just hasn't had the chance to show us what he can do.
Yeah, but has he deserved it from training? And journalists have said that people inside the club have complained about his attitude in times, so maybe that's why. But that's a shame, isn't it? Because he looked to be a great player coming from Forest, didn't he?
Yeah, very talented. But the attitude is a bit like Ndombele. You've got to have both the skill and the attitude.
Well,
and Ange won't take any.
Yeah, and he's not going to get in over Porro anyway, is he?
No.
So, yeah, it looks like that deal with Genoa is going to go through fairly soon. Apparently he played quite well for Genoa, so hopefully for his sake he can go on to have a good career there. Yeah. And also in terms of the right-back position, there's lots of links with Emerson Royale going to Milan as well. So it looks like we might be needing to sign a backup right-back.
Yes, I think that's one of the things they're looking at.
Yeah, well, Emerson, he's had a bit of a weird time at Spurs. He's had not the best showing from a player, but he's still done good in some good moments. You think he's stepped in at centre-half for ages last season. He's had some good performances against Man City a couple of times. So as much as Emerson's maybe not been of the quality at times, he's still had some good moments and he's come through for us some games, hasn't he?
Yeah, seems like a nice guy too.
Yeah, so hopefully he can have a good rest of his career as well if he does leave Spurs this summer. And in terms of England as well, we lost 1-0 to Iceland on Friday night. So not the best preparation for the Euros.
No,
not at all. The Euros will be up soon and we'll provide you with England content over that. And is it going to come home?
Well, I wonder. I mean, Iceland are a bogey team. We lost to them a couple of years ago. So,
but they won't be in the Euros, so we'll be fine with that.
It should come home because we've got a lot of good players.
Yeah, one of the best attacks in world football, if not the best, on paper. But it's a case of can Gareth gel the team together?
That's right.
Well, hopefully. Well, thank you all for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, come on you Spurs!